For coming in to the nightly challenge chat for Love Your Lettering. Tonight we're talking about doing creative lettering with watercolor paints. Hey, you guys have all been waiting. You're coming in really quickly. I can't keep up. Hello, everyone. So thanks for coming in. Pardon my very stuffy nose. Hi, Tina. Hi, Kim. Hi, guys. There's a little bit of banging going on in somewhat related but unrelated news. We are actually getting ready to put our house up on the market. So we've got lots of cleaning and fixing stuff to do in the next few weeks. I'm hopefully getting over a cold. It sounds worse, I think, than it was the other day. But probably because it needs to get worse before it gets better. So yeah, my stuffy nose is from my little one. Annalise shared her fun germs with me, and so now I'm trying to get over it. Local, we're going to stay local. Just a little bit bigger house. Thank you. Yeah, I made chicken soup yesterday, so hopefully that will help. I am from Maryland. For those of you that are here for the first time, I'll introduce myself. My name is Lisa. I blog at CreativLEI.com, which is looking at life creatively. Thank you, Terry. Please do. I'm excited to learn more about that. So the month of October, we did a Love Your Lettering challenge, and we are in the final few days for that. Hi, Rose Gold. If you'll tell me your first name, I'll try to learn it. So we are actually in the tail end of our challenge. You were sick too. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it's just the season. We had a lot of rain, and that didn't help either. So Rosario, it's nice to meet you. So we're finishing up the final few days of our Love Your Lettering challenge, and we're also moving into a new challenge, kind of adding to the lettering that we were covering. We're going to do Mail Art Mondays through the month of November. So today there were actually 2 posts up. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want those. You can keep those to yourself, Terry. I'm so sorry. Tumbo pens arrived today, and you tried the other pen, and it was a mess. Oh no! I'm hoping the Tumbo pens were not a mess for you. I'm hoping that they were a little bit easier. So today, the post was about using watercolors for lettering. Hi, Nancy. And I'm just using inexpensive watercolor, a watercolor palette from UB, which can be found at, oh, they come tomorrow. Oh, good. So the UB paints come from Target. They're just $1.99 at Target. So you can get them on Amazon if you need to, but if you can't get to Target and you need to order them online, the Prang set of watercolors is, I believe, $2.99, and it's comparable. Prang is what I always used to use before I got the UB set, and I still have a bunch of Prang. We keep them on hand. That's what I have the kids use for art as well. Because I know people think that the pan watercolors are not good quality, but they actually are not that bad at all. This area is very bad for Lyme disease. We have some friends that are suffering from chronic Lymes. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. Before I get any further in talking about the lettering, I did want to update you all. Oh, no problem, Debbie. We're going to chat about it here anyway. We're just talking watercolor letters. But I wanted a chance to update you all on my friend and her son. I have very, very good news. On Halloween night, this past Saturday, Zachary came home with his mommy. He is doing well. So no more NICU for them, which is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news. So I wanted to thank all of you that have been asking and praying about Zachary and his family. He is home. We spend Halloween with that family each year, and so it was quite a blessing because 4 years ago we got together for Halloween just days after my daughter had died, and so now this year we were able to get together and really celebrate hope as we brought Zachary home into the flock. So we're two very large families, and so we just have this tradition of spending the night together. And so it was good to be with them, to do that and to hold him. And he's just teeny tiny. He seemed so big in the hospital, and now that he's home, he looks so tiny next to all his big brothers and sisters. So that was really good. It was very, very good for my heart too, to be able to spend that day with them and to get to welcome Zachary home after seeing him in the hospital. So, but you can, if you keep it in mind, continue to pray for them. He does have a positive diagnosis for cystic fibrosis, and cystic fibrosis is something that family is very familiar with because 3 or 4 of their other children also have cystic fibrosis. So his first visits in the CF clinic will be this week. And so if you can continue to pray for them and for strength and healing and health, that would be really, really wonderful. And I appreciate that. And I know my friend does too. I was letting her know that that there were lots of you that were asking, and she said she was even, because I had done a calligraphy piece for his bassinet at the hospital, and she said lots of the nurses would comment on that, and one of them actually asked about my lettering course, so maybe she's in here, or maybe she's seeing it on the blog, so that's kind of neat too. His name is Zachary Daniel, so thank you. Oh, Jen, so your nephew has CF as well. Oh, okay, I don't know if it's my connection. I'm sorry if it is. I've been trying to kind of shut down the other things so that we don't have too much Wi-Fi being spread too thin. So I'm going to flip the camera and we'll get started. If you have questions about today's session with the watercolor letters, so hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate for you. Oh, Amy, I'm so sorry. Hopefully the replay and the catch works. I usually don't know that things are going awry unless I see all the comments and the hearts drop off, and I am still seeing comments and hearts, so I'm hoping that you guys are seeing what's going on. So at any rate, I am going to thank you for inviting followers. You guys are wonderful. And so for those that were worrying, I know some people are behind, which is totally fine. So people were asking if the lettering series would stay up on the blog, and it absolutely will still be up on the blog even after we finish this week. I may migrate a portion of it over, and it'll probably have its own tab on the menu, but it's going to stay there, and the full assignments, all the different posts, they will stay free. Because that was my commitment from the beginning of this series, was to share this as a gift. Okay, that's good. I'm glad. I know that sometimes the connection is a little iffy around here. So yeah, the series will remain on the blog. So those of you that are behind, please don't rush. You can take your time. The only difference is that we won't be doing the live periscopes that specifically pertain to those lessons, but the ones that I have recorded will be embedded into the posts. So as long as I remember to get them up there, but they are all on catch.me/CreativLEI. You should be able to find a whole host of catches. So let's get started. So I have the pan watercolors, and the first thing that I instructed you to do was to prime the watercolors. And what I mean by that is adding water to the watercolors to get them ready. And so I just use a spritz bottle of filtered water and give it a nice squirt. Thank you. So once those are wet, then they're ready to go. Okay, so as you can see, I've never used the brush that comes with the set. I leave it in there just in case the children need one. Thank you. You guys are kind. Oops. So you see tomorrow's assignment on there. Woo! And once again, I'm having tripod issues. Okay, what did I do? There we go. Okay, so you're seeing. Okay, so here was today's little assignment, which was just watercolor lettering with the water brush. And then here's another page. All right, so I've got the watercolors in front of me. I'm going to move my notebook out of the way and put my graph paper in front of me. I'd like to show you guys examples on the graph paper. tighten this up. Hey, thank you. Those of you that are just joining from the invitations from Miko. My name is Lisa. I blog at CreativLEI.com, and through the month of October, I was doing a 31-day lettering challenge. We ran a little bit over time, and we are finishing up this week. We are on the last 4 days of the challenge. So this is my water brush, and it's filled with filtered water, although there's not much left in it. I'm going to have to refill. Hi, Elizabeth. It's nice to meet you. So with the pan primed, hi Denise, it's nice to meet you too. I would just dip into the pan. I do use the top lid as a palette. So I'm not really squeezing the barrel to feed more water in. I'm just using what's in the brush. It's nice to meet you, Teresa. Using the water that's in the brush, and then from priming the watercolors, and you'll see they're nice and glossy. They're not a chalky paint. I've had the pan watercolors from like Michaels and stuff that have like 36 colors, and I don't really like them because they're very dry. Even when I spray them to prime them, it's just a very dry paint, where this type of pan gives me a much better effect. It keeps the colors brighter in my experience. And so then we end up using the water brush just like we would with the brush pens. But then, of course, this is a longer bristle brush. And so it's not going to come out as perfect as the fine points of like the Tombow Fudenosuke pen. It's going to be a little more kind of loosey-goosey and whimsical. And that's quite okay. But you're going to still use the same principles of kind of the weighted down strokes, and then kind of on the upstrokes releasing pressure. They are very chalky. I have tried to use them a couple times because I see many people use them and love them, but for me they're not my favorite. I feel like these give you such a nicer look. So sometimes it means going back over it because it is just watercolor paint. So there's Joy. And then I'll usually just run the brush on the palette, and then I do squeeze to clean out the brush. I'm sorry, Amy. Have you tried to exit and re-enter the session? Hopefully that will help. You just bought the ones, Elisa? I'm sorry. Yeah, I like, these UBs seem to work really well for me. Okay. And then you can even do print. I do not have I have a YouTube channel, I just don't use it because I'm just not one to edit videos and things. So I don't know. I've been using Periscope. I love Periscope, and I do catch the replays. So there's just print with the water print. Yeah, I think the Michaels ones are chalky. But like I said, I've seen lots of people use them with success. So maybe they have a special technique that they need to show. And so then the letters that I showed with like a spectrum, I worked just I'm sorry. Kind of let the colors mix. I do have a bit of an art background. I started taking art classes in high school and private lessons alongside my high school classes. I went to school up in New York's metropolitan New York, and so I did receive a lot of art classes in school. And then I took art in college as well. Thank you. Thank you, Miko, for inviting friends. It's always fun to meet some new people. Can I do an uppercase N? Yes, I will. But I just wanted to show you getting the rainbow words. I really just do go color for color. I might need to put some more water in this brush pen. How was your Monday? I'm going to mix some of the red with the purple to make that last E. Oh, awesome. Evie, are you a lefty? That has been kind of my caveat or disclaimer throughout the whole series, is that I'm a lefty letterer. So lots of the righties have been quite patient with my southpawness. Awesome. I'm glad that I could help other lefties. Okay. Oops. Finger in the paint. Okay. So someone wanted a capital N. Ooh. At a radio station. That would be busy and exciting. All right. So let's get some paint on the pen here. And like I said, I do like to use the cover as a palette. So yeah, I'm going to channel a little bit of Bob Ross here. Make a happy little N. So that's one way of doing it. You know, like I said, you're not going to get those hair fine lines as you would with like the Fudenosuke pen or the Pentel sign pen with the brush tip. So, was there a different letter or word that someone wanted to see? Ooh, sorry. Oh, eventually I'm going to learn how to be friends with my tripod here. My other tripod is just too tall, because then I wouldn't be able to see through the screen. So that's one way to do an N. Another way, you're putting the baby to bed. My baby is finally starting to go to bed with her sisters. I didn't do a Halloween scope because of my stuffy nose and then us being over my friend's house. I've not done it. I probably am just going to write up the blog post. Yeah, I do hit the tripod an awful lot. Thank you. So, I mean, I can point out all the, when you try to get the rainbow, you get brown. How do the colors not mix? I'm just doing one color at a time, and just the tail of the letter is leading into the next color, but I'm not really mixing them between colors. I'm running the brush clear on a paper towel. So that helps to not muddy the colors too much. And then on the palette, I'm keeping them pretty separate as well. Except I will mix together analogous colors. With lots of water, the Michaels ones are working fine. That's good. I was going to see if I can pull my set over. I think I've hid mine away. This is a water brush. This one is from Kuretake, and it's the small tip. And then this one is from Sakura, which it's hard to see because it's not really printed on there. And that's a broader brush. So you can see the two next to each other. So I like these because they're good to travel with. Since they have, this barrel is full of the water, so you don't have to carry like open containers of water. Oh, I have these too. These are metallics. These are from Yasutomo. So let's play with these because I'm almost certain one of you guys will probably get these. And so I'll prime them with water, just like the regular watercolors. I should travel to Canada. I have never been to Canada, actually. So that would be fun. Do you have these? Evie, is your name Evie or Evie? Will I write Elizabeth? I will try. I have not really used the metallics. This is probably one of the first times I'm using them, I think. So let's try writing Elizabeth. Oh, I got some brown on my fingers. Oh, good. So those of you that came through Miko's invitation, where do you all know each other from? Because I see lots of you. You're near the Delaware border? Oh, I'm out in Carroll County. I'm actually not far below Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So there we have Elizabeth. Australia. I've never been there. We had a friend who lived out there and sent boomerangs over for the children. They all got a kick out of that and brought us some Australian money. I'll bet you guys are just coming into spring while we're settling into fall. Ustream and Periscope. Are you all crafters, bakers? College in Philly. My family lives in New York and New Jersey. Most of my family. Not too far. So I like these metallics and they dry pretty fast too. Artists, mostly artists. That's awesome. I love meeting more artists here on Periscope. Periscope's been a great community for that. So, the metallics do seem to need more water though, huh? Oh, a Facebook artist group. That is fun. Crafter and art journaler. Are any of you doing the Documented Life project? No? Okay. I participated last year when we used the Moleskine journal. But then this year they used a different journal and I just couldn't pick up the steam to do it. It's a challenge hosted by Art to the Fifth, or the Art 5 blog, and they release an art journal challenge each week. I know Sandy Keene is one of them. These metallics. These are by Yasutomo. It happened, the set was on my desk, and so I grabbed them. I've not used them before. So I thought I would explore. Oh, Lister's got a list. National November Journal more. Oh, I didn't even know that. And Bible journaling, awesome. Oh, wow. Quite a mix. Quite a mix in the room tonight. That's awesome. Yeah, they are using the Dilutions book now. I do have it, but I don't know. When we used the Moleskine journal, it was very portable, and so I felt like it was very easy to do the challenges. When they switched the journal, it just was harder for me to get up traction. I think I only did 3 weeks of the challenge. Art journaling and visual journaling. Oh, very neat. I use a traveler's notebook, and I keep a book in there for quotes and lettering practice. Create Kindness by Jennifer McGuire. Goodness, now that is bringing me back to my scrapbooking days, because I followed Jennifer McGuire when she was Creating Keepsakes Hall of Famer. I attended Creating Keepsakes University in 2002. Okay, I absolutely love these metallics. I didn't know it before, but now I do. Surprised at how fast they dry. So I'll have to put a link to those up on the blog. They were not on my original supply list. They just happened to be something that I had on my desk. So thank you for the hearts. They match the letters. Thank you. I think I will be. They are actually writing even smoother than the watercolors. So I'll have to put a link to these on the bottom of the blog post for today. Because they're actually working even better for the lettering than Michael's. You got yours at Michael's? I think I might have gotten them maybe at Hobby Lobby. I've had them for a while. I just didn't use them. I love how we can all admit how big our stash is, and there's no judgment, because we're all guilty. Phonetics? Is that another metallic paint? Okay, so maybe I did get them at Michael's. I don't even remember. You find it hard to control the brush to write. That's why I'm using the smallest one. When I use the bigger one, I don't have quite as much control. And I certainly don't feel like I have as much control as I do with the regular brush pen. So let's see, I'll use a bigger brush. Do you have a small brush or a bigger one? The case for the metallics is this palette right here. Yep, Black and Oblong. And this is Yasutomo. Yeah, it's hard to see because it's black on black there. I will put a link to this on the bottom of today's blog post. They do dry faster, so. A size 2 round. Okay, yeah, you might need a little bit finer. Or just go for bigger letters. If you're trying to work small with the big brush, you may find it more of a challenge. Okay, yeah, for this I am working back more. It's not like the fine brush of the brush pen. I'm treating this more like painting. And so, you know, I'm definitely working a little bit harder to get those thicks and thins, because I have to change the position of the brush. Okay. I took formal calligraphy in high school. My calligraphy teacher was a registered scribe. No, if you are already getting emails from the blog, you don't need to sign up for anything. It'll just be the current blog post. I think it happens, the post went live today after the normal daily email went out. So that's the only reason why you didn't see it today. You'll probably see it in email tomorrow. Trying to get both things up today was a little harder than I expected. Pardon me, my sniffly nose. Yeah, so my hand position for the water brush is definitely different than the small brush pen, the fine brush pens. There's that. So, any other questions for tonight? I know we've been on about a half hour. I do like to keep the Periscope somewhat limited. Thank you. I so appreciate you guys being here and the encouragement you all have been throughout the month and as each new person joins. Oh, join along, Mama Rose. This is the last week of the 31-day challenge, but all of those posts are staying on the blog, so you can go back to the very beginning and catch up. The brush pen, the first instructions for the brush pen were last week. Actually on, I believe it's Wednesday or Thursday, I will have a post up with some books that I'll recommend. I use a host of different pens. So go, if you'll tell me your name, I'll try to learn it. Today I'm just using water brushes. Oh, awesome, Jen. My blog is CreativLEI.com, and if you look at my profile, there is a clickable URL right in that, so you can access everything. Oh, thank you. I've really appreciated you guys this month as you've kind of worked through this series with me. Kim, thank you. I saw your comment. So it's been a lot of fun, and so each night after the assignment goes up, we've gotten together. What will I do in the evenings when I'm not on? I'll sleep. I still will be broadcasting. I just don't know. We'll have to pick some other topics and pick some different things for each day. Yeah, thank you, Kim. CreativLEI.com. And so if you want to go back and do the lettering challenge, the catch from each of the nightly assignments is being embedded into the post that it corresponds with. So hopefully that'll be helpful. So let's see. One more word. Thank you. It's been fun. Good night, Evie. Thanks. This has always been fun for me all month long. Although with the stuffy nose, I wonder how good I am at communicating through the sniffles. too wet or too dry, make sure that you're not squeezing the barrel as you're writing, because if you squeeze the barrel as you write, you're actually going to push water out the bristles, and that may make your color flood instead of being able to write with it in a more controlled way. And that's why I keep the paints pretty moist so that they're just really kind of creamy and not watery. And then just allow the paint to load up on the brush, but not press the barrel as I'm writing, if that makes sense. Good night, Moon. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. So tomorrow we'll use watercolors again, but tomorrow we're using them with the Sakura glaze pen to create a resist. So that's a sneak peek at tomorrow's page. So thank you guys all for coming in tonight and for chatting with me through my sniffles. I will see you again tomorrow about the same time, probably about 10 or 10:30, and then I'll probably do a Periscope during the day tomorrow to talk about the mail art. So for those of you that see that post, because I think most of you probably won't get it in email till tomorrow. Yes, that is some of my washi tape. They're on spool holders and hung from command hooks on the walls. So, oh, okay. Excellent. What time do you scope, Evie? Sorry. And I know I'm probably not saying it right. So, yeah, I need to make sure that I'm following you. So, yeah, I know. It's a lot of washi tape. I can't help it, though. They keep coming out with more colors. How many of you are stationery collectors? Have you seen the new dollar spot items at Target? Washi tape Wednesdays. That's fun. Are you going to teach different techniques on how to use washi tape? Because that would be kind of neat. Because I need to figure out ways to use it all, especially if we're packing up to sell a house. That's fun. So, you don't have a Target. Oh, it would be much better for my budget if we didn't have a Target, and if Target didn't have a dollar spot. First one is 8:30 p.m. I'm hoping, because 8:30 a.m. Yeah, my Target usually does not get the stuff early. They had part of the line, not all of it. So we'll see. Maybe next week. Awesome. I'll be looking out for that, because I'm definitely looking for more ways to use my washi tape, because I don't want to just collect it. I do want to just use it. So nothing complicated. That's good. Believe it or not, I do like simplicity. Evie's link is on your page for her blog. Okay, awesome. So I'll be looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Excellent. I like the nighttime. Once my children go to bed, it's a little easier for me to get on here. Well, I will use this as my adieu and say good night, and thank you so much for... Oh yeah, you can put it up on the Facebook page or in a comment. That's fine. Awesome. Well, you all have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Go ahead and practice with those water brushes. I have 6 children in my home. I am a mother of 7, but my 6th daughter passed away as a newborn. But we have 6 children in our home, keeping us quite busy. Oh, you don't have an active blog. I get it. So yeah, they're all ranging in age from almost 14 to 2.5, and it's the 2.5-year-old that gave me this cold. So we are quite busy during the day. So once they go to sleep, I get to have some fun at the craft desk. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. It's been fun chatting with you tonight. Go ahead and practice your